Alright, I'm talking about it. TF2 YouTubers that people love, but you just hate. For me, it's Seriamon. All he does is react to posts on his subreddit, memes on Discord servers. Correction, my Discord server, okay? In any case, I kind of want to talk about this because this has been sort of brewing. There's been posts on the TF2 subreddit, look at this one, 24 days ago. In the past, what's your opinion on this silly little guy, right? Seriamon. And like the top comment there says, I don't hate him, but 9 videos out of 10 are just him scrolling through the subreddits and reading a post without really adding much input or making it original at all. So at the end of the day, it's just kind of stealing someone else's spotlight. I would like him more if he added more commentary to the posts he was looking at instead of just basically reading it word per word and then moving on. I was in one of his videos before and I was excited to see what it was going to say, but it was basically just reading the post and then going to the next one. Yes, I do watch Jack's Films React to Bingo. Thank you for asking. What are your thoughts on Seriamon? I think his videos are kind of slop content-ish. 6 upvotes, 6 comments. And you know, the comments are, he's okay, I don't understand the point of watching such videos. Reddit community, why don't you just do it yourself? And now, you know, this one has gotten a bit bigger with 1.7 thousand upvotes on that one. With this commenter saying, every time this person shows up in my recommended, I lose brain cells. Why would a watcher man browse the TF2 Reddit, add nothing of value, and then get money for looking at what someone else made? It's just as bad as reaction streamers. I hate it too. I don't hate how he earns money, because I do the same crap, because easy money. Yeah, he managed to cheat the system and make money. Good on him. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Someone finally said it. I hate his content farming ass. A scourge on the TF2 community. 130 upvotes. He also shows up in my shorts feed sometimes, and it feels like some of the most low effort content you could possibly make. Take a Reddit post, narrate it, laugh at it, maybe make a joke, and that's it. Yep, and he doesn't just compile the stuff either, he adds his boring take, which takes all the fun and joy out of watching memes. It kills flow, and his jokes suck. The Jimmy Kimmel of... Okay, that's... How could you do that to me? Hey, look at this. He has a pleasant voice. At least I get that. Honestly, valid. His lack of knowledge on the game that is his livelihood seems a bit absurd to me. His inability to look things up after a certain point, it feels like engagement bait. Hey, look, here's a singular comment. Did you know that he makes other content too? Alright, so those are the criticisms. And I know this is not like, ooh, the allegations. He's making slop content. My god! We must... lynch this man. I know it's not like super bad, but I need to talk about this because it's making me a bit upset to just sit here and just take it, because I understand a lot of this is valid, but not everything is, okay? So let's get one thing out of the way. Look at my channel. Look at this. Do I make slop videos? Yes. Yeah, of course. Like, the TF2 community is cooked, as per usual. The TF2 community was cooking this week. TF2 community never changed, please. These are like the typical, you know, that's my format. I've sort of found, like, the title that works. And all I do in these videos is I go over the, you know, biggest Reddit posts of the week, which is like, is that like crazy content that no one could come up with? No, it's not. It's just not. I understand that there's a pretty decent crowd of people who have a strong dislike towards React YouTubers, okay? And I think, look at that TF2 subreddit or a TF2 community hub or whatever, and just sort of talking about it falls under reaction content, okay? There's no way around it. And I also understand that this post wasn't like strictly levied against me. And I get that like the other comments were about the other YouTubers that they dislike. For instance, like Bearded Expense or King Raj. I don't know how we're still talking about King Raj, dude. Or like this German guy. Okay, that's it. That's a joke comment, thank God. Or like Shunik or Roby. Nizzled, aka Sin, Fish Stick on a Stick. I understand, okay, this post wasn't strictly levied against me, but I want to like talk about this stuff because like it drives me mad. Because I know the criticisms have existed for quite some time now. I'm just talking about this today because I guess it just hit me a little hard because I was actively trying. Okay, this was some time ago. Most of this stuff here was only slop. There's the like exceptions, right? TF2 inverted secondary weapons, not a slop video. Slop, 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 slop. What if TF2 had more sentry gun variants, not a slop video? Then more slop. TF2's wildest weapon concepts, right? But like lately, I really tried. I made the Not Our Pyro video. I really edited that. I spent so much time on that to make it like cool. I played TF2 maps nobody plays. That took for ages to make. It was great to make, but like put a lot of effort in there. Then there's 2 slop videos, but then There's this taunt broke me, also a video that I spent a ton of time on. Not a slop video, TF2, but it's a horror game. So I found out there's a TF2 horror game and I made like a gameplay video of that. This video, Meet the Engineer, but it's 2D animated. Because I was reading these comments that I'm only the slop guy, I like commissioned someone for quite a bit of money to make a 2D animated version of Meet the Engineer while I was also working on other videos. And like I tried incorporating more gameplay videos, VIP, Mobster, 2 videos on that, then 2 Reddit videos, but then 2 map videos, and now a Reddit video again. Like I'm trying to get into that. I'm trying to get out of being only the slop man when suddenly I get the call, Mr. President, a Reddit post just hit the Seriamon towers, right? That's kind of where I'm at, okay? That's why this video is happening. That's the thing. I don't like this sentiment that I'm just the guy who reads posts on the subreddit and reacts to memes from the Discord server, because it's the truth, okay? I dislike the truth. So I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. And I understand that this is not like, okay, I before anyone comments, I understand, okay? I understand. It's not like I'm being accused of anything crazy. It's just people saying they dislike slopcon. But here's the thing, I want my reputation to be something more than just the guy who makes slop. I also really dislike stepping on people's toes, so I started giving credit for stuff in the thumbnail. If it's like really prevalent and something someone clearly spent a lot of time on, I ask beforehand and I track down the original creator a lot of the time if I can at all, and like I send them a DM, hey, is it fine if I use this? I'll like shoot you a credit in the comments. And usually people are like, yeah, great, sure. In the YouTube shorts, I had like some videos where I just reacted to gameplay and then posted that in the shorts, which basically made it seem like I was making the gameplay, which is pretty much just stealing. So I'm changing that too, right? If there's a gameplay video, if there's like a YouTube short that I make from like one of these gameplay clips I react to, I now try to credit them actively by reading them out and also having a little thing pop up.
By Banana and Apple Sparrow. Scout plays rock, paper, scissors with himself. I have never seen this glitch before, but apparently you can play rock, paper, scissors against the air randomly. Quite strange.
Okay, I understand that this is a low effort post, okay? That's fine criticism. But I want you guys to understand that I'm trying to make this somewhat ethical, okay? Because like I like making the low effort videos, okay? It's fun to make and people like watching them. So I want to make this as painless as possible, so to speak. I have this like little credit thing, look. People clearly know who it's from, and when I see one of these posts, it's not in the final video, but I like check if they maybe have a YouTube channel, and if they do, I like try and give them a shout out. Usually they don't. Most people that post on the subreddit don't have a YouTube. Maybe sometimes I can't find them if if it's like not mentioned anywhere, I just don't know. But like I've tried, look, even the shorts, I've tried to like put in more different stuff, more variety. Like all of these are from videos that aren't slop content, and I understand people, it's not that crazy. And a lot of this is fair, but some of this stuff just grinds my gears so much, like this comment. This guy is weird, and he seems to not know anything about the game somehow. I have around 400 to 500 hours, and I know stuff the guy has never heard about before. This has 284 upvotes? This guy responds, on what basis? Minus 50. Jesus Christ. Downvoted for asking something. Whatever, okay? I understand people don't love me on the subreddit, okay? So I understand that there wasn't like some deep thought behind why this comment thread looks like the way it does, right? But you guys understand, right, that I have 9,000 hours in TF2, and I regularly follow the subreddit, the community hub, all of the updates, and I used to like read the TF2 wiki in my spare time to find new ideas for videos. And sure, okay, there's probably, as you say in this comment, there is probably stuff you know about the game that the guy has never heard about before, okay? That is probably the truth. And that's fair, because I don't know everything. But don't like, how did this like start? It's like, oh, this guy clearly has no idea about TF2. Why? I do. It's not true. It's also stuff like this that angers me so. Yep, he doesn't compile the stuff either. He adds his boring take, which takes all the fun and joy out of watching memes. It kills flow and his jokes suck. That is the point. You guys realize that me commenting on those posts, me giving my take, and me by that transforming it is the whole point of reaction content. It's the only thing that makes it not stealing, right? If I don't talk about it, if I don't make it about my take instead, for some cases that might come even close to copyright infringement, okay? So obviously I need to do that. How is that a criticism? What is happening? Well, we're talking about it. I think his fan base is just NPCs. I've literally never heard someone or seen anyone say they like Seriamon. I literally said it once, not unironically. I like him too. And IIRC, he's German, so that's a bonus point. I'm Austrian, actually, okay? Please, there's a difference. There's a difference between Austria and Germany, okay? Austria is far better. We got better mountains, okay? Anyway, what am I trying to say with this video? The criticisms are fair. Comparing me to someone like Asmongold or XQC or whatever, but in the TF2 sphere, like the React guy, that's fair. I'm trying to do more like original content, more stuff that's interesting. And I understand that it will take some time for the reputation to change. Okay, it's not gonna happen overnight. And especially if I go back to pages and pages of just like slop content, of course, people are gonna say, oh, this Seriamon guy only makes slop content. Okay, I understand. And it's well deserved. But I just want you guys to understand that I don't really love being disliked, especially by I like being on the TF2 subreddit. I even like post on there sometimes. Like I'm a bit of a Reddit goblin, okay, which I understand makes me like, oh, go touch grass, okay, it is what it is. Okay, like I made this 7 days ago. I made a house moving castle. I 3D printed it. Legs broke, but like I was quite proud of this, right? And also like I do understand if this was like in a video and someone just looked at it and said, oh, that's cool, and moved on, I would probably have been happier if they at least said, oh, that's a post by Seriamon. That's cool. Really good job, buddy. So I'm like trying to incorporate that more. I'm a little small, tiny part of the TF2 subreddit. Look, I made the lobster post. Like, I got 2,000 upvotes. That was me. What's the point of this video? I want to acknowledge most of my content had become slop. I am actively trying to put in more original stuff. It has been kind of burning me out, I'm not gonna lie. Especially because like the sentiment didn't change after I tried to incorporate more other stuff. Like people keep saying, oh, Seriamon, that's the React idiot that I just hate. Okay, I just hate this man. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of took the wind out of my sail for a bit. And it's mostly because it's fair. And I also, I need to say this also, I sometimes forget that. In case it isn't super clear from how I've been talking about this. All of the people who are levying criticism against me in like these posts, because I understand I have like a semi-big audience, right? Like 220 or 230,000 subs. Guys, these criticisms did not arise because I'm the perfect angel. They're mostly there for a reason. So I don't want anyone like going around on a witch hunt after any one of these people. Okay, or like I don't want any one of these people to get like DMs like, how could you talk about Seriamon like that? I hope this wouldn't happen, but I've had similar things in the past, so just don't do that. If you're watching this and you're one of those idiots, don't do that. Okay, don't do it. You'll creep. I also want you guys to realize why I'm making the slop videos. There's two obvious reasons. One, I myself like watching that kind of video. I'm a React connoisseur, okay? People always go, what? People watch that? No way. Why do you think it does well on YouTube? Because clearly there's an audience for it. People clearly like it. And reason number two, obviously, it's because I get YouTube ad revenue from it. And it like helps me in life. Okay, I like money. So overall, what's this video for? I just wanted to talk about the little things that annoy me in that. I also wanted to acknowledge that this is a thing and I understand that it's there for a reason, but I also wanted to like talk about the things that I'm trying to do to make it as fair as possible for me to be this guy in the TF2 sphere, okay? Also, I also want to say that I do realize that TF2 YouTubers that people love but you just hate. I realize hate is a strong word, and I'm gonna maybe get... And there's been some comments even in this thread that say like, hate is a strong word. Hey, that's just like how you title posts. That's just how that's the Reddit /YouTube /social media meta, right? You don't say strongly dislike because of how they structure their content. You just go hate, because that's a punchy word. So I understand that it's not like I'm being witch hunted. People are People are trying to ruin my livelihood. Guys, help me, please. Yeah, overall, deserved, I guess. I was just hoping, as yourself think back sometimes, you know, to being like the small guy looking at good old Muselk, who by the way is also despised by like the TF2 sphere, or generally by his audience now. I remember looking at Muselk's channel, watching his videos and going, oh wow, I would love to be like him someday. I would love to make these cool videos. You know, when he still made TF2, obviously. There they are. The old Muselk videos. Like, I think back to that, and I did not, in fact, become the next Muselk. I, in fact, became the next slop tuber. That's a society moment, dude. You either die a hero, or you become old and jaded enough to see yourself become the villain. Here's a few things I've not even seen on the subreddit yet that I want to talk about, because it's important to me, okay? For instance, on this video, the TF2 community is cooked as per usual. I have this here in the description. Thumbnail art by no signature. In the video, I go over these posts, and so I use parts of these posts for the thumbnail. And in the past, I had people get upset, okay? This didn't even get out there on YouTube. Like, I didn't get lit up, but like, I had someone text me in private on Discord who was quite upset with me, and I honestly I understand that. So if something is like the engineer in Pyro here is a major part of the thumbnail, I now give credit in the description. I also now try to like acknowledge who makes the stuff in the video, so it's not just like I'm just taking it. And I also try to like comment on the stuff. I understand that for the most part in the past I haven't really done that, because if your work is used in someone else's work, it just feels good to be acknowledged for it at the very least. I understand that. For instance, this video made by Jules is a German YouTuber. And like part of my video in there, the people who make Overwatch work harder than the people who make Overwatch. Oh my god, it's a link to Team Fortress 2. Downloaded the game, write a bad review, uninstall the game.
Mit einem all-time low.
And like this, I was not credited directly, and I understand it was used like fairly, right? It was fair of him to put these in there, because it wasn't like he didn't steal the video. It's part of a larger structure, and he had my stuff in there. It still would have felt great to read my little name down there, because this guy is like important in like the German speaking sphere of YouTube, and just having a little name down there. Oh, this was by Seriamon. That would have just felt good. Okay, so I understand that. It's by Aggressive Resist 405, I think. And I know it's not like, oh, a post by Aggressive Resist 405. I know I'm not like Jesus Christ for saying that, okay, but like I try and acknowledge the people that make it, and I also try and see patterns in the creators, and if there's anyone with a YouTube channel, I tend to like shout them out in the videos now. I will say, okay, before someone comes and cooks me for that too, if the thumbnail doesn't prominently feature one singular thing, I don't go out of my way and search for every little part of each post to credit the original creator, because sometimes you'll have like posts that show something from like years ago, okay? It's very hard. Like for instance, if it's like Valve official art, like these two, like the medic here and the scout here, I don't credit Valve, okay? It's not really something I would or anyone else would do. Also, Valve famously doesn't care about copyright, which is why everyone can do with the Meet the Team trailer whatever they want to. So I'm not gonna yap anymore. Let me just restate all my positions at the end of the video to make them clear one more time. I think reaction content is fine. I think making it ethical is important, and I'm actively working to do that. I'm giving credit to the people that I react to, and if I don't do that properly, feel free to like call me out. Feel free to like shoot a comment or a DM somewhere or anything. And if I see it and it's not like ridiculous, I will of course rectify it. I do like reaction content. I do like watching and recording reaction content myself. I think it's great, and I think it is a net plus on YouTube, if done right. I don't just want to be the slop guy. I love having different stuff. I would love it if people heard Seriamon and they would say, oh, that's the guy who still makes TF2 videos after all these years, and also makes so much different stuff. He like always talks about the new community stuff, and also plays funny maps, makes original videos, sometimes makes projects that flop, but he spends a lot of time, money, and effort on them. Or he's the guy that makes like cool videos about stuff I haven't seen before. I want that to be my And I understand it's gonna take time, but it's not gonna happen by itself. And I understand it might not happen if I fall back into like the old habit of only making reaction slop. I think that's about it. I wanted to air that out because it's important to me. Do people have to like my content? No. Do I know that mostly people watch the channel and don't have like a dislike towards me? Yes. Do I understand that even the implication of this post is that people love me and some people just hate me? Yes. And I just wanted to talk about this. Maybe some of you understand why, because I do understand that the YouTube meta probably is to just ignore it, just don't talk about it, or like shoot back, fight back against these people that dislike you. Just ignore them, never talk about it. Keep doing your slop. Maybe probably would have been smarter. I don't know what the response to this video is gonna be, or if people are even gonna watch it. I don't know. It's just important for me as a person. I want to get this out there. I want you guys to understand what I think like, what I feel like, because I usually don't talk about this anywhere ever. And so it's kind of important to me, even if it's maybe not the best tactical move. Best tactical move is very likely to just never acknowledge that this is happening and make the next Reddit video where I just sort of skip over this post. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you to my long-standing supporters on the channel. A special thank you to Richard Jacket, Flex the Felix, Drache997 and Creed for being MVP members on my YouTube channel. And with that, I will see you in the next video, which is likely gonna be a Reddit video. Yes, okay, yes, yeah, it is. Thanks for watching, thanks for understanding, thanks for not lighting me up for this video. Please, okay, don't set me on fire. I've been burnt enough, or have I? See you in the next one, bye bye.